Alright, welcome to the unboxing and review of the refurbished Fanatec F1 wheel. This just has shipped to me, and I've been looking to upgrade from my previous P1 wheel to a Formula style or GT style wheel, and this is what I ended up with, as it was the only refurbished option on from either of the categories. And yeah, the price was just under 170 euros after the 30% discount you get on all of the refurbished items. So I think it's quite a fair price for basically lightly used wheel. And yeah, here we're just gonna see the unboxing and what is included in the box. So we have obviously the instructions manual, and then we have the Allen key and screws for mounting, the QR, I believe these are for that. And then under it we can see the button caps, which you can then lay on the wheel as you please, depending on what kind of mapping you're going for. And I'll get to that a bit later on the video when we get the wheel actually on the DD base. And yeah, so far everything seems good. The box had a little bit of imperfections, but other than that everything seems perfectly fine. And now we are excited to see how the wheel looks like, if it has any imperfections or if it's just like brand new. Get the box out of the way, and it comes with this nice wheel cover, I believe it's called. It was same for the P1 wheel also. It's a nice little touch by Fanatec. And yeah, here we have it. So far, looks pristine, I would say. No marks on the grips or anywhere on the faceplate. Everything looks perfect, to be honest. Looks completely unused to me. And yeah, there you can see the magnetic paddle shifters. For me, this was one of the best selling points on the wheel, as I was kind of comparing this F1 wheel and then the McLaren GT3 wheel, which now has been actually succeeded by the GT3 wheel without the McLaren branding by Fanatec. And the older McLaren wheel didn't have magnetic pedal shifters, and as they're rocking shifters, which means they're connected on both sides, I was kind of thrown off by that and thought that this would be the safer bet. And of course, as this was on the refurbished section, it was easy choice for me to go with this wheel and see how it is. So here it is, mounted with the metal QR2 to the 8Nm DD base. And yeah, first I'll run you through quickly my button layout and setup. So I have also applied the button caps, as you can see here. My ignition on the left hand side, then the starter. For other useful stuff, the pit limiter is here, so we can toggle that. Then down here we have the toggle for lights, so you can cycle through the different modes. Then the flasher and windshield wipers. You can cycle through the modes here. Then for the brake bias, I have it on the funky switch on the rotary encoder, so it's very easy to dial it in with this. And for the traction control, I have it decrease increase, and same on this side for the ABS, so I can adjust those on the fly easily. And for MDF, press once, you can cycle through it, and then obviously you can go up and down and change the settings here by going sideways, like you know. And for looking around, you can use the same funky switch, so back is back as you would expect, and checking the sides. Then I have also camera cycling while pressing this switch. And yeah, that's pretty much it for driving. And yeah, pedals obviously for shifting. Alright, let's get a couple laps going, get some heat in the tires, talk actually about how the wheel itself has performed. And as soon as I switched from my old P1 wheel to this, you could tell that it's much more rigid. The metal faceplate gives it really rigid feeling, and the force feedback comes through so much clearer. And also, one thing I was looking for is the magnetic paddle shifters, and those are super crisp and exactly as I wish them to be. So for the price of 167 euros, I think this is a steal, especially with the metal QR2. It's alone just 100 euros. So, and also if you look to buy the magnetic pedals alone, those are also around 100, I think. So it's a steal pretty much. And like I said during the unboxing, the wheel is completely flawless. It looked like brand new. I wouldn't be able to tell if it was new or not, to be honest, other than the packaging flaws. Okay, let's get some heat. Now we'll do one flying lap, see how we can manage. I didn't do any warm-ups before this, so it can be a bit rough, but we'll see. But yeah, one thing I also noticed is catching slides and doing little corrections is so much easier also, because it's much smaller wheel, so you're much faster with the hands. And of course the feedback is clearer, so reacting to that is so much more straightforward. Okay. Let's see how we can do straight out the box. Now as I'm driving along and keep it quiet, I thought I would do a bit of a voiceover about the other features of the wheel, which I found super nice and helpful. One of them is the rumble motors within the handles of the wheel. This you can tune in the Fanatec settings to your liking, so you can feel, for example, understeer, oversteer, the ABS cutting off the braking, or same for traction control. When it intervenes, you can add vibration at different frequency and different strength, and this can kind of give you a little more detail of what the wheels are doing and how the traction is holding up. And on top of that, another feature that you can see going on top of the wheel are the rev lights. So I've matched up the colors as well as the timing for the revs in Fanatec software to perfectly sync up with the car I'm currently driving, which is the 720S GT3. And yeah, like you can see on the video, the wheel and the screen within the game are perfectly matched up, which is a nice little touch you can do for any car you're driving. And now, as you can see, I've disabled the LED screen on the wheel for now, as I found it to be a little distracting and not really that useful, as you have all the information up on the screen anyways. So you can have, for example, the gear you're in, or your position on the track, or your speed, even multiple different kind of stuff. But I found it already on the previous P1 wheel to be not so useful, and I just rather have the information up on the screen, no need to look down the wheel. But yeah, we're heading on to the final two corners of the lap. Let's see what kind of time we can manage on the final stretch. Bit of a slide, let's see. Oh, just in the 70s, it's alright. And yeah, I think that concludes the review of this refurbished wheel. I have no complaints. Cost just under 170 euros, and what you get for that price: the magnetics, paddle shifters, super rigid frame. In my opinion, quite a good dimension. I heard some people were complaining that it's a bit too small, but for me, even I have large hands, I feel like it's perfectly fine. And the smaller the wheel, the better the detail from the force feedback. So that's always a plus side on that. But yeah, thank you for watching, and See you on the next one.